Hi, I'm Jay Andrews with Laguna Tools. Today we're going to introduce to you the brand new Generation 2 SmartShop 2 CNC machine. We've gone through and redesigned the machine from head to toe, and we've kept a lot of the great features that have made this an outstanding machine and one of our most popular machines for years. We'll go through and cover all the different details, all the new points. We'll cover all the basic features if you're new to the SmartShop 2, and then we'll go through and cut a project for you on the machine today. Now, the foundation for any quality CNC machine is a heavy frame that's very rigid, and we've redesigned the SmartShop 2 frame from the ground up. The material is now thicker and the frame is more compact than ever to give it a very rigid and tight footprint in your shop. The frame itself has been redesigned, as well as the gantry. The new gantry on the SmartShop 2 is an all-steel design. It means it's a lot more durable and rigid than the previous gantry design. We've got 12 inches of clearance to the table, and the gantry is now driven by a direct drive system that goes into the constant mesh helical rack and pinion. We use the helical rack and pinion on the X and Y axis. That allows us to accelerate the machine a little bit faster, and you don't run into problems like you would with ball screws on lesser machines. Well, next up is the table, and this is the work surface of the machine. We've redesigned the entire thing and have added in these T-slots that go the entire length of the table. Now, these are perfect for clamping items down with T-clamps or to go through and clamp jigs and fixtures and things like that in there for a variety of different types of projects. Over at the edge, we've added these covers, and those cover the rack and pinion and the linear guide so that you don't get dust and debris down into those items. It is a vacuum table, and so we've got the 4 different zones up here that we can turn on or off with the valves. And we've remachined the grid system that's on the top so that it now can accept vacuum pods. And there's a variety of different types of vacuum pods in the marketplace. Here's 2 different examples from BVC and from Schmaltz. And these will plug right into the grid of the table and allow you to pull vacuum up to the top through the valve and to raise your workpiece up off of the table. Now, to help you position your workpieces onto the table, the machine has always had pop-up pins, and now these are adjustable pop-up pins where this front one can slide back and forth in the extrusion on the front. You've got 2 more that are on the side, and this lets you locate a part up in the corner of the machine. We've also moved the switch up to the control panel to make it easy, and that'll allow you to go through and set your pop-up pins in the up position, put your stock against it, and then drop them down out of the way. One of the areas that we had a close look at was improving dust collection on the new SmartShop 2, and we've redesigned the dust hood to make it tighter to the spindle, and then we've also added the overhead support for your dust collection hose, and this has really improved dust collection greatly. Now, to make the SmartShop 2 just a little bit easier to use, we put the cabinet on wheels so you can move it around your shop, and we've added a longer cable to it so you can position it in a wider range of positions. Well, we've gone through and covered a number of features that are new for this generation of SmartShop 2, but let's talk about a few things that define the SmartShop 2. What is a SmartShop 2? Well, first of all, it's a machine that's got a vacuum table, an automatic tool changer, and that's kind of the basis for the machine. Now, this is a 4x8. We also offer it in 4x4, 5x10, 5x12, and other sizes upon request. The spindle is an Italian-made spindle. This is done by HSD and is considered to be one of the best spindles in the world. It's an automatic tool changing spindle. We use an 8-position bed-mounted tool rack at the rear of the machine to house your tools. This uses a standard ISO 30 tool holder cone to do the tool changes. Now, up at the control side, we use a B&R controller. B&R is an Austrian control company that manufactures what we think is one of the best controllers on the planet. One of the great features that I've always loved about the SmartShop 2 is just how easy it is to service and to operate. Maintenance is really easy. There's a centralized lubrication system here. One quick pump will lubricate all 3 axes of the machine. Now let's have a quick step to the rear of the machine to look at a few of the components in the back. Here at the rear, you're going to notice the 8-position tool rack that we spoke of. You've got the tool holder clips all in one line. You'll see that there's an automatic tool touch-off station here in the rear as well. And to make tool changes a breeze, we've added in a tool changing station that holds the wrench and your tool holder cones as you're doing a tool change. This is the control cabinet for the SmartShop 2, and it features a lot of great elements, particularly one that we're very proud of, and that's the industrial controller that we get from B&R Automation. B&R is a global powerhouse when it comes to machine controls. They're a $500 million company. It comes to us from Austria, and we go through and design all the routines and codes. And the reason that we selected them is it's a powerful controller, and it gives us a lot of options in terms of connectivity. We can put jobs in through a simple USB stick. We can connect an Ethernet cable so you can network it to your system, or you can plug it into a Wi-Fi hub and get jobs to the machine wirelessly. Now, the nice thing about this controller is it's got a ton of power, as we just mentioned, but it doesn't take a computer scientist or a programmer to be able to operate the machine. A simple course in terms of the machine controls and operations when we do your setup and training will be all that you need to get up and running with the SmartShop. Now, I'm going to go ahead and power this up, and we're going to run a job. I think we'll go ahead and do a sign job today on the machine, but of course you can run cabinets or any types of parts that you like. Let's go ahead and get it powered up and have a watch. Now that we've got the SmartShop 2 powered up, let's have a look at a few of the basic screens that you'll see on the controller. This will be the home screen that you'll see here, and it'll tell you what job is active or programmed into the machine to start with. From here you can home the machine. You can also see the coordinates and set the different workplace coordinates on the machine. You can scroll forward or back to various screens. You can verify the origin of your project. If you need to retract the dust hood and have it go up and down, it's just a simple click of the button to raise and lower the dust hood on the machine. You can park a particular tool, check your code. This will show you the overrides on the machine, and this will tell you the percentage of speed that your spindle is going, that the feed rate of the machine is doing, and what the rapid speeds are. In your software, you'll go ahead and set the spindle speed and the feed rate for the project that you're doing. And if you're cutting that job and it seems like it's cutting a little bit too fast and you want to slow it down, you can take it from 100% down to 95, 90, or whatever you need to do. But you can also bump it up and override it a little bit if you set the job initially too slow and you wanted to speed it up. We can go back to the home screen here. On the manual screen, you'll see that there are manual movements that you can make. You can move any axis. You can move them at 100% speed, or you can change that to 50, 10, or 1% if you're just going through and positioning the machine. The program screen will let you access programs either from the USB stick that we talked about or from the internal memory inside the controller. These are the jog buttons that allow you to position and move the spindle around and move the gantry around. The alarm button will let you view the status of the machine. If you have any types of alarms, it'll bring those up and let you know what they are so you can go back and reset the machine. The tool menu will tell you which tool is active in the machine. It'll tell you the tool length. You can actually go through and program the machine for tool wear if you've had the tool sharpened. You can do a tool touch off by clicking this button and letting it touch off the tool to teach the tool length. The start button will start any active program. You can hit hold at any point in time just to stop a job and to restart it, or if you need to hit stop to completely stop a job, you can do that with the stop button. That gives us a basic walkthrough of the B&R controller. There's a lot more detail that we can get into when we do your setup and training on your machine. There's a few other features that are up here on the top of the control box. One of them is the position pins that we talked about. The other one is the vacuum pump. And you can have a single or dual vacuum pumps with this machine, and they're controlled right here through the onboard switches at your control cabinet. One of the great things about B&R is it's not just a controller that you see on the outside of the cabinet, but it's also the components that are inside the cabinet that are part of a matched package. From B&R Automation, we've got the controller that you'll see on the outside, the drives, the IOs, and other components that this talks to make sure that your machine operates very smooth. Everybody knows that electronics are sensitive to dust and vibration, and that's why we chose to put all of the electronics in the control cabinet to keep them away from the dust and vibration of a machine. We don't mount them to the side of the machine like lesser machines do. We also go through and put fans on the control cabinet to keep a steady stream of fresh air going through the cabinet to maintain the temperature inside the control cabinet. This ensures years of reliable service from your electronics. Well, that completes a walkthrough of all the different features of the machine. Let's put this 12 horsepower spindle to the test by doing a nice sign job. Let's go ahead and get a spoil board on here, some sign foam, and let's carve it up. Wow, that really came out fantastic. I really enjoy carving this sign foam because it's a kind of a lightweight material that carves so well. We've had a chance now to see the SmartShop 2 in terms of the features as well as the machine in action carving out this fantastic sign. If you've got any questions on the SmartShop 2 or any of our machines, look us up on the web at lagunatools.com, give us a call toll free at 800-234-1976, or go over to our YouTube channel and have a look at all the videos that we've got there, and don't forget to subscribe.